It's been 6 months since my parents-in-law started freeloading in our house. We were told it would be temporary, but they show no signs of leaving. Instead, they don't work and keep asking for money. Our savings keep dwindling. Yet, my husband Tony doesn't seem to want to ask them to leave. Every time I look up, I see father-in-law and mother-in-law smirking at me. I'm at my wit's end. If they think they can mock me like this, they've got another thing coming. My name's Anna, 35 years old. Been married to Tony for 5 years. We met at our favorite bar and got married after dating for 18 months. We've had our ups and downs, but life's been mostly good. Tony, what time do you think you'll be home today?
Maybe around 7 p.m.?
I might have to work late today. About dinner?
Just make something when we get back. I'll be watching TV till then.
All right. Though both of us work, I take care of all the housework. Initially, we promised to share responsibilities, but Tony hardly lifts a finger. If he does, it's usually to complain. Arguing only leads to more disputes, and he'll just quit doing chores altogether. It's faster if I just do everything. This has been our routine since our 2nd year of marriage. Then one day, I came home from work to find Tony deep in conversation on the phone.
Oh, okay, that's fine with me. And? Got it. I'll let Anna know. Talk later.
He hung up and I asked, "Who was that?"
Oh, that was Dad and Mom. Apparently, they've got a leak in their house.
A leak? Especially during this rainy season?
Yeah, and they want to stay with us for a while.
Stay with us? Wait, you mean move in with us?
Well, we do have the extra room. It's not a big deal.
Are you kidding me? I don't want to live with them, especially not those two. There's a reason I'm not thrilled about living with my parents-in-law. They're terrible with money. Father-in-law is obsessed with the lottery, even though he has a stable job. Mother-in-law works part-time just once a week. They constantly waste money and regularly ask us for financial help. When my step-grandfather was hospitalized, my parents-in-law didn't even visit. I was the one caring for him and visiting regularly.
Anna, I can't thank you enough.
Don't mention it. We're family. Here's a week's worth of clothes for you.
Always so kind. If my family ever upsets you, come straight to me. I'll handle it.
Thank you. I just hope it gets better soon.
I'll repay your kindness someday.
After his release, my step-grandfather, disappointed in my parents-in-law, kicks them out. With nowhere to go and little savings, my parents-in-law rented a cheap apartment. So when Tony says parents' house, he's referring to the apartment my parents-in-law had moved into. Their behavior is so troubling that even their own parent disapproves. It's no wonder I'm worried about living with them. I'm sorry, but living with them all of a sudden, I can't. I told Tony straight up.
What? Why? They're in trouble.
I get that, but remember when they asked us for money for living expenses? If they live with us, they'll rely on us even more.
Don't worry, I'll talk to them about it.
Talk to them? What will you say?
They each handle their own expenses. That should work, right?
But...
So what? You want them to stay in a leaky house?
That's not what I meant. Tony gave me a hard look, making me feel guilty. I don't want to be cold to my parents-in-law, but because of our past, I'm worried about living together. That said, I can't just leave them in the lurch. Reluctantly, I agreed to Tony's proposal. Okay, just until the leak's fixed, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
So it's temporary, right?
That's what I said. They're struggling. They'll come over tomorrow.
Got it. but make sure you talk to them about the living expenses, okay? Rolling his eyes, Tony replied,
Yeah, yeah.
What's with that attitude? After all the concessions I made, this is how he acts? All I can hope for now is that the repairs finish quickly. The next morning, while it was still early, the doorbell rang. I went to the entrance, and there were my parents-in-law.
Hi, Anna. Good morning.
Anna, it's been a while. Let's head on in. Father-in-law? Mother-in-law? I thought you were coming tonight.
Well, we were gonna buy some lottery tickets first, but we spent all our money yesterday, haha.
I had planned to go to the salon with the winnings, but now we're in this mess, aren't we? I can't even. There's so much wrong here. If they spent all their money, just how much did they blow on lottery tickets? Can they really handle their own expenses? From day one, my anxiety was at its peak. Then, as expected, my worries came true. 2 weeks in, I opened the fridge to find all the eggs, bacon, veggies, and even the bread gone. Wait, why? They were all here last night. Mother-in-law, coming down from upstairs, groggily asked, Morning, Anna. Is breakfast ready? No, because all the food from the fridge is missing. Did you? The fridge? The eggs, the bacon, the bread? I was saving them for breakfast. Mother-in-law's face lit up. Oh, we had that as a midnight snack. You ate everything for a midnight snack? We were hungry. Me, husband, and Tony. We just cooked up what we found. Without asking me? It's not a big deal. We're family. Anyway, I'm hungry now. I've told you, because you guys ate everything, there's nothing left for breakfast. So it's our fault. Maybe if you stocked up properly. What? Just get something for breakfast now. I was boiling with anger at mother-in-law's selfish remarks. It's absurd to think of shopping for breakfast ingredients for them when I'm about to head to work. Quickly getting dressed, I left for the office without a word. Then I received furious text messages from both Tony and mother-in-law. Where are you? Husband and Tony are up.
Hey, Anna, where did you go? My parents are hungry.
You didn't go to work, did you? What about our breakfast?
Anna, don't ignore Mom's messages. That's rude.
My phone buzzed continuously with a stream of pointless messages. Of course, I didn't reply and ignored all of them. When I got home, Tony and my parents-in-law were there, arms crossed, visibly upset, waiting for me. Tony, with a furious expression, began to speak.
Anna, what the hell?
What?
Not what. Dad and Mom were starving.
Because you guys ate everything. Also, wasn't the deal that we'd all pitch in for living expenses? Yet, I'm paying for everything.
Stop making a fuss every time. So uncouth.
It's not a fuss. It's important. And the living expenses, that was your idea.
Enough. I'll cover Dad and Mom's expenses. Just do the housework. Got it.
After yelling at me, Tony stormed off to the living room. My parents-in-law just stood there, smirking at my expense. Why am I the one getting blamed for everything? This whole mess started because of them, not me. From that day on, their condescending attitudes towards me only grew. Holding back my bubbling anger, I somehow managed each day. One day, 6 months after living with my in-laws, I decided to check our joint bank account for the first time in a while, and was utterly shocked by what I saw. What? What's going on? Almost $20,000 is missing. Incredibly, the balance was significantly lower than the last time I checked. Not only were there direct withdrawals, but there were also traces of transactions from the debit card that Tony uses. I quickly confronted Tony. Tony, what's this all about?
Why are you shouting? Calm down.
What do you mean, calm down? Look at this. Explain. I shoved the bank statement towards him.
Oh, that? What's the big deal?
The big deal? Look, where did $20,000 go? This is the company for your debit card, right? What did you spend it on?
It wasn't me. I gave that debit card to Dad and Mom.
What? The shocking truth made everything go dark before my eyes. Anxious to resolve this situation, I turned to Tony for answers. Why? Why are they using a card linked to our joint account?
What choice did I have? Dad and Mom said they're broke, and I did promise to cover their living expenses.
Well, I didn't know about that. If you made the promise, Tony, you should have used your own bank account. Why did it come out of our joint account?
God, you always make a big deal out of everything. What's the problem? Dad and Mom are family to you too, aren't they?
I was fed up with Tony conveniently using the family card. All the emotions I held back came flooding out in this crucial moment. I've had enough. Just because they're family doesn't mean they can do whatever they want. That account has half my savings.
Half of it is mine too, right?
But out of the $30,000 we had, $20,000 is gone. That's $5,000 more than your half.
When did you become so greedy? It's really unattractive.
I'm not. But how long are you planning to let your parents live with us? It's been 6 months. The roof repair should have been done long ago. Raising my voice, I stared Tony down, but his reply was simple.
Repairs? Oh, you mean their place. They gave that up, haha.
Wait, gave up?
They said this place is cozy and didn't want to waste money on repairs, so they terminated their apartment lease. Looks like we'll be living together from now on.
This has to be some sort of joke. I didn't agree to this.
Who cares what you think? They're family. You're just the daughter-in-law. Just sit down, be quiet, and obey.
My body felt a rush of anger, unlike anything I'd ever experienced. Is that how they see it? That I'm the villain here? Well, if that's how they want to play it, I won't hold back. Not anymore. Determined to get revenge, I called a certain individual, asking him to come over. A few hours later, Tony's grandfather, actually his step-grandfather, arrived in response to my call. Seeing the step-grandfather, Tony and his parents were visibly shaken.
Grandfather, why are you here?
Cutting Tony off, the step-grandfather spoke up.
What do you think you're doing? Anna told me everything. Grandfather, why are you here so suddenly? Anna told you. We didn't do anything.
Shut up, Tony. How can you, her husband, not protect Anna from these idiots?
Ah!
You too. What kind of parents are you to act like this? At the sharp glare from the step-grandfather, Tony's parents trembled.
Dad, you don't understand. There's a reason.
No, father-in-law. Anna is just making things up. Just making things up? You've been spending Anna's savings without asking?
Calm down, Dad. Our apartment had a leak, so we...
That's right. We only planned to stay until the repairs were done, right? Anna says you left the apartment without telling her. Should I contact the realtor to confirm?
Dad, wait. It's not like that.
What? Got a problem?
Frustrated,
the step-grandfather said, You all better quit it. You might think everything goes your way because I'm not there, but you're mistaken. I'm glad I exchanged contacts with Anna for times like this.
Dad and Anna exchanged contacts? When?
Shut it. You realize how generous Anna's been until now?
Yes, we're sorry.
Listen, if you ever bother Anna again, I won't hold back. I'll cut ties with all of you and expose your disgrace to our whole family. Do you understand?
Yes, we get it. We won't do it again. Please forgive us.
With tears in their eyes, Tony's parents begged, and the step-grandfather drove his point home. pay back every cent of Anna's money within a month. If not, I'll sever our ties. And Tony, from now on, I'll live here with you. Got any objections?
Live here? With you?
Got a problem with that? Speak up, Tony.
No, not at all.
With the step-grandfather's words, Tony and his parents were terrified. Afterwards, Tony's parents were kicked out by the step-grandfather, who then took on the role of a guardian and moved into our home. It seems the father-in-law and mother-in-law rented a cheaper apartment and are now working their tails off to repay the money they owe me. The father-in-law can no longer live the lavish lifestyle he once enjoyed from a lottery win, and the mother-in-law has had to increase her part-time work to 5 days a week. Without the luxury of spending freely, they must be struggling significantly. On the other hand, ever since the step-grandfather started living with us, Tony has completely stopped making demeaning remarks towards me. If he even tries to complain about me, the step-grandfather quickly reprimands him. Tony, don't act superior in front of Anna.
Grandfather, that's not it.
I heard you talking back to Anna.
I'm sorry, I won't do it again.
If you dare do it again, you'll face the same fate as those idiots.
Please spare me.
From then on, Tony began helping with chores, easing my workload. Thanks to that, my stress lessened, and I could focus on my job. Step-grandfather, thank you so much. It's nothing. Remember, when I was hospitalized 5 years ago, you were the only one who visited. It meant a lot, especially since you had just married. It was just the right thing to do, as family. That's how I feel too. I just wanted to help my troubled family. Step-grandfather. I can't thank the step-grandfather enough for rescuing me from this situation. I hope to support him in any way I can in the future.